truck.
What does it mean?
Locked sound. Anyway, welcome back.
Okay.
I'm here with Ryan behind the camera, Joe Techmeyer, Dennis, and a whole lot of folks here. Even Kaiten is here, and Nancy's there, and Christina, and we're all here. So I'm gonna try to do something different. I don't know what settings I'm gonna use on the camera. I'm gonna try to do a long exposure photo of a Falcon 9 launching Starlink satellites tonight.
Yeah.
See if we can capture that beautiful arch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put this over there and I hope for the best.
Okay.
See, I don't know what ISO I'm gonna use. Probably very low.
Probably, and also make sure you frame it enough so you get the arc.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go. Let's get over there. Hopefully the connection stays on.
Good luck.
So we're starting. Maybe I should open. Let me open the tailgate here and open the tunnel so that we get a better signal out from the truck. Okay. I'm gonna open the tailgate. What's your back there? Okay. So this is just for letting that Starlink signal come out of the truck here, and let's walk over here. See, hopefully we don't lose the signal. And hopefully the audio is working fine, because when I'm doing it with that app, I can't use my good microphone, so I have to depend on the phone microphone. It's gonna be dark, but I think it's gonna be a cool one. So Ryan, what do you think? You've been here before.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Yeah, it's a great spot. I'm gonna drop the camera here for a second. Set up the tripod. I mean, there's not a whole lot of people here, so I don't think anyone's gonna walk in front of the thing. The microphone, the wind's not probably hitting it too hard, but hey, this is just live, so stuff happens when we're live, and let's see what kind of picture we get. So the launch is gonna be great because it's a night launch, and the sky's gonna light up. It's going to be really cool. But I think the goal tonight is not so much enjoying the launch as it happens, but to see the results of the long exposure photo that I'm going to try to make. That's kind of my goal today. So if there's any pointers, any good photographers out there on the live stream, let me know. What do you think I should use for a rocket launch at night as my long exposure? I don't want to just have a white image. The size of the screen, right? Like the size of the photo. I want to have that light streak of light, and it's going to fly towards the Bahamas. So it's going to be pointing away from us. That's going to be a really cool view. So let's set up the tripod here so I can get a good angle on it. I'm kind of guessing at night it's very hard to see the launch pad from here, but I'm going to do my best. The good thing is that my Canon lens that I'm going to use, it's a wide angle, so it's going to look great no matter what. Even if I'm not pointing it dead center at the pad. And actually, if I have a lot of stuff on the frame, it makes it even cooler. It would be great if I had like a tree next to us or something to give it some depth. But we'll see what happens. I would like to see if someone over there in the group can tell us if the live stream is working, because we can't really monitor from the app that we're doing. Oh, you can put your phone.
I can check.
Yeah, check it. Let's do that. I think that would be really awesome.
I should like and repost too.
Yeah. All right. So let me put this here. That way you can give me the phone for a second, and you can use both your hands. So hopefully I'm still on the frame. And my Canon is on 98% battery last time I looked at it, so hopefully that works out. And I am not going to do a video with the Canon. I'm going to do long exposure photo. So if, like I said, if there's any experts there that can give us hints on what we should do for the long exposure for tonight, let us know. Hopefully my lens is clean enough, because I cleaned it. But we've been to many places, so we'll see what happens with that. Let's. Oh, there you go.
Yep, you're live. It's working.
It's
good.
Yay. Okay. So, okay. So I'm facing straight towards the vehicle assembly building up there, and I think the pad is straight ahead of us,
Yep, it is.
right?
Yep.
It looks. So I think is it the second set of blinking lights, the first one? I think it's
The second from the right.
the second from
From
the
the
right.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is good enough. So let's fire up the camera and put it on long exposure. That would be, let's see. Should I use bulb mode? Okay, we're gonna do this. Wait, it says that there's no card in the camera. I think I know why. Uh, let's go get a memory card. Let's go get a memory card because I was using my other camera and I borrowed that card. There's a card over there, but it's on the slot that I use for video. So let's see. We were recording yesterday at the Tesla Space Jam. And yeah, I have a 2 terabyte SD card here. Let's go pop it inside the camera. Yeah, because the thing is that this camera has 2 slots, and I use one slot for video and the other one for photography. So I could just move the other card to that slot, but let's just keep it standard so I don't get confused later. And I'm gonna try to find the best settings here on bulb mode. Let's see.
I'm gonna attempt my cell phone tonight, but I'm gonna try to
Bulb timer.
dial down the exposure a little bit. Okay. Because when I did
Maybe-
these last,
Let's see. I think maybe 2 minutes. Yo, what do you think? 2 minutes long exposure when we fire it up?
I'm sorry, what?
Should I do like 3 minutes?
You know, if you go all the way up to Nico, stage separation, and ignite, that's going to be about 3.5 minutes. So if you go to 5, you should have more than enough.
Okay, let's go to 5. Let us set that up
It's
here.
too bad that it's just a little bit late in the evening. Otherwise, there would have been a good. If we had about an hour and a half ago, it would have been a good chance for a jellyfish. But not now.
Okay, so got that. Now I have to check my my ISO. I'm gonna bring it down to 100.
Okay.
That's the lowest I can go. And I guess slow lens setting, f22.
Okay.
That should do it. What do you think? Now we just need to focus and remove that autofocus from it, because we don't want autofocus on this thing.
Are you zooming in a little, or are you just going to go with this resolution?
I think. What do you think about this? This. So you can see your name. I think that's wide enough. Oh wait.
It's the flashing lights is what you want.
Yeah.
That's where it's.
What about that wide? Like really wide? Like that maybe. I'm getting like from the VAV a little bit to the left of the VAV, to the right of the VAV, a lot of it.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Maybe
Just as long as you have the flashing lights kind of there. And are you going to track it, or you want it to stay in frame?
Stay in frame.
Okay, because it's going to go from here that way.
That way. So maybe we go wider, and then maybe something like this. Yeah, I'm gonna lock it in here.
Yeah, I think this one's on a normal trajectory, so it's not gonna. It'll be about to here for you. It won't be like sometimes they go a lot higher, but this one's gonna be a little bit lower into the horizon. So
okay,
you know, if you can frame up to about that much, you should be
Put your
be
hand
okay.
again. Let's see your hand.
Probably about something like that.
Okay, hold on. Good. Okay, that locks it in.
So hopefully that'll work for you.
Okay, let's see. We're all set. We're locked in. There's only one shot to do this. And what's the T minus counter?
It's about 32 minutes. It looks like they're very close to starting propellant loading.
Oh, great. Man, I thought we were like 10 minutes away. I was too
For what?
excited for launch. I
No.
thought propellant was already loaded.
No, we're about just coming up on 30 minutes.
You know, that's what happens when you go to a restaurant and instead of ordering food, you order fried ice cream.
Oh, is that what you had? Fried ice cream for dinner?
Yes, that's what I had.
What would your mom say?
Exactly. She's not here. So, you know me. Okay, so I have this set. Now the question is, it's locked in.
Yes, definitely loading the propellant now. So that means they're committed for a 10:09 launch.
Okay. The horizon is level.
He just said the same thing I just said. See, I'm ahead of them.
Dude. Joe Tegmeyer should be narrating, the official narrator of all launches, no matter what company is launching the rockets. Yeah, absolutely. What am I doing with this thick jacket on? It was windy, so I put this thing on.
I wish I had brought my sweatshirt. I almost did, and I didn't.
Yeah, you see.
Do you need one, Joe? I got an extra.
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good. I don't want to be weak.
It's not weak.
You know, I used to live in Grand Forks, and I had a much thicker blood or something. I could handle cold a lot better.
Well,
Now that I've been in Texas for a while, I've lost it.
well, coming right here from straight Ontario, this is still hot for me.
I mean,
I remember at Grand
not
Forks
cold.
in the winter, if it come up to about 25 degrees or so, that was like shorts weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? We have a special guest on the channel today. We have Bob here. Mr. Robert from the Dunes of Starbase is all the way here in Florida.
Hey everybody, pleased and as punch to be here. Yeah.
You guys have no idea. I'm gonna link to a chat that Bob had yesterday at the Kennedy Space Center. It was super entertaining.
Thanks. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Got to explore Kennedy today, and it was like best birthday present ever.
Hey kid, wait, when's your birthday?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're gonna have a birthday, taking me to Kennedy.
So when was it?
February 27th, 1968. Yeah, I was 1 year old when in 1970, 69.
Okay, let's celebrate it tonight with a perfect
launch.
Crossed.
Yeah.
Light one more candle for me.
Yes, let's do it. Let's light up that candle. Yeah, let's
Light
do
it
it.
up.
Yeah,
We need all 9 tonight, not just one.
Yes. Yeah.
Funny tidbit, I found out how the Falcon 9 got its name.
Oh yeah?
You heard?
Yes.
He named it after the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And it's got 9 rockets.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a total fan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Totally, absolutely. You know what? I just realized that phone may be low in battery. I'm gonna go grab a magnetic charger that I have that's just gonna slap on the back, and everything's gonna continue working just fine. So, you want to join me?
Yeah, I'll come in. Let's
We'll
go.
be right back.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back at that spot, and I see other cameras joining, which is always fun. Let's see what we have here. It's not here. Oh, it's in the front. Let's go. I put it on the wireless. It's funny because it's a wireless phone charger that is charging using the car's wireless chargers. It's we have 4 lights, so I think it's gonna work out. It's a little bit warm, so we need to cool it down, otherwise it won't charge the phone. So here are the 2 Cybertrucks that are gracing with protection to us tonight. Denison's orange, very orange looking Cybertruck, and you know this one, the all banged up. I don't know if you guys know, but every time that I tear the wrap apart with a trail or a tree branch or something, I'm just putting duct tape on the wrap. it's gonna keep getting banged up. So I'm not gonna spend time and energy on a new wrap yet.
Bro, duct tape fixes everything.
Absolutely everything.
Everything.
I also call it 100-mile-per-hour tape.
Yeah.
'Cause it holds.
It holds in the
Yeah.
rain, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's go back there. I think this is. Let me ask. Yeah, I think this is my iced tea. Pretty sure. I'm gonna take it. If it's not mine, someone's gonna scream. It's a nice night.
It's a beautiful night.
Yeah.
Nice breeze.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to go down here a little bit, and those Tesla wireless chargers are getting really, really hot. So once this cools down, we'll pop it on the back of the thing. I'm gonna grab the camera. I'm gonna point it at you, so people can say hello to you.
What's up, X? What's up, YouTube? This is going to be a beautiful night, beautiful launch. Brought to you by Tesla Tino.
And Brian Bailey.
Well, yeah, and I'm happy to be on the back end of the camera. It's the fun part.
Yeah, absolutely, 100. So you've been here before. Did you like when was it? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah,
you were
in
here?
March. Yeah, I had the family here, and right here at this very spot here. So it's a great vantage point.
Yeah.
It's directly across the water from us.
Yeah.
And,
the weather is holding up really, really good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night. Just a slight little breeze, nice warm breeze, which is nice after a hot day because it was hot. For me as a Canadian being down here, it was hot.
Yeah, totally. So let's see if that charger is cooled down now. And let's see. Oh, it feels definitely a lot colder now. So let's see if my theory that it's already ready actually pans out. So let's put that puppy right here. It's gonna get a little bit heavier. I don't know if they didn't make any magic. No.
What do you mean magic?
Like usually it pops like a thing that says that it's charging.
Didn't see that.
No. Okay. Maybe we'll just leave it there. I hope I don't have to regret the launching the live stream too early. Oh, I think I know what it is. Now it's only showing one light, so it's not fully charged charger. So we'll see what happens. Does it weigh too much now?
No.
Okay, we'll just leave it there for now.
I also have one that we can plug into it too. The pack and the battery pack.
With the old style
yeah.
iPhone charger?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to grab it?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Back.
Joe seems to be sleepy.
Yeah, well, it's been a long trip, a long day. But, you got a rocket launch, so it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, Joe, I saw a lot of people like complaining, no wonder he's not flying in Austin because it's Florida.
I know. I have gotten several viewers making comments going, we want you back at Giga Texas. I'm like, I need a few days to have some fun over here.
Yeah, people, you don't understand. Joe puts a lot of time and energy. That's why his videos are so cool. He's relentless, always on the run, and when you least expect it, another video's out.
Yep. It's always fun just trying to find something new.
Yeah, absolutely. So apologies again for the wind noise, but we're winging it here, literally. We're like birds that are escaping a war zone right now.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I can hear the wind hitting my eardrums really hard. It's really windy, so I hope you guys if you're wearing headphones, lower that volume. I know it's gonna get noisy.
Yeah. Well, the good news is because the wind's sort of generally coming in this direction, it will help amplify the sound a little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's not so humid out here, so that will make it not quite as as loud. But at least the wind's coming in the right direction.
How would we compare this to Starbase launches?
Well, we're more than twice the distance away, and it's got almost a fourth less of the engines. So
Yeah.
Smaller rocket and a lot farther distant away.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. I think it's gonna be great.
It will be. I mean, on initial launch, the the exhaust is going to be very bright, kind of a orange bright, and you'll be able to see all the little flames and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
As long as you don't overexpose your camera.
I know. Yeah, that's
Then
absolutely
it looks like
right.
a sun, a ball of light going up.
Yep, totally. All right, well, let's keep waiting. How far along are we now?
We are 2 minutes from the 20-minute vent, so it'll be hard to see from here, but there'll be a big plume coming off of the rocket as they go from first stage, second stage filling.
Okay, cool. All right, let's keep our fingers crossed that this works out because, superstitions.
Yeah. Well, if we see it, it'll be going from the rocket to the left, the winds.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me look at the screen here for a second. I just realized that I saw when I was pointing the camera at Joe, it looks like mirror mode is on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that took some getting used to.
let's see. We're trying a setting here, and I can't find it. Terrible. Let's see. I have to be careful what I select. I have to select settings. There we go. And under video, there is a little thing called mirror mode, which the toggle is hidden. Without turning off the phone. Mirror camera, okay. For the buttons, let's make sure we don't ruin this. I am not sure how we were able to keep it running.
We're there.
Are we there?
We're there.
All right. I didn't feel the phone going to charge mode. I wonder if it's because the charger is here.
Right where the lights are flashing.
Oh, I'm gonna plug it in again. There it is. Now it's going.
All right. Now we won't lose it. Okay, great. Okay, so let's make sure that this stayed in bulb mode. 20 minutes. Coming up. All right.
You'll see it here. As soon as it happens, you'll see like this big plume of vapors coming out. Not quite yet. Not yet. Hold.
Let's point the camera at Joe's phone here for a second.
If we call it here, this.
There it is.
The best vent.
You can see it starting to come out.
There it is.
Once that's done, they will begin loading.
So that's great.
All right.
So now they'll start doing the second stage, and it's perfectly right on
Yeah,
time.
right on.
Actually, you can see it. See?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Every single time that I am watching a rocket launch with this
Joe.
guy here, it's not much better.
Yeah. You got to turn your brain into a sponge and soak it up. By the way, that was a really cool talk today, or yesterday that you did. I watched the video because I took my daughter out to see the Space Center there, and so I watched it today. I had no idea that it takes 10. That would take 10 launches to refuel one Starship to get to Mars.
Right. The bulk of it is because you have to expend so much of the fuel just getting us to low Earth orbit. So, if you can take 100 tons up there, it's going to take 10 just to get enough to fill the Starship up.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was a couple of things I had to cut off because we were running late. And one of the things that I wanted to draw more of an analogy is I was saying, this aviation of the 1920s, they had three basic options. One of them is to make them better and get, better engines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I didn't relate it to, but is true right now, is that we don't quite have the technology to go to the next step beyond our chemical propellant that we're using.
Okay.
The next step would be like nuclear thermal. And that would help increase our ISP, which is sort of the efficiency, and it would also give us more thrust. We would be able to get there faster, so we wouldn't have to use these windows of time like we're doing right now to get to Mars. So we would be able to pick and choose a little bit more of the windows that we want to get there, and we can get there faster, so we limit how much time the astronauts or in cosmic rays, for example. So, but that's still, you know, probably 10 years, 15 years
And
away.
sorry, what was the tech?
Nuclear thermal.
Nuclear thermal.
Yeah, so
Okay.
basically, instead of using a chemical reaction like we have methane and oxygen, and you combine them and you burn them,
Yeah.
and because with that you make a lot of pressure, it goes out through the nozzle, and you get exhaust velocity, and that's what pushes the rocket. That can only go so much, and that can give us only so much speed. The next beyond that would be something like nuclear thermal. And what you do with that is, instead of having a chemical process, you have a nuclear reactor that gets really, really hot, and then you flow, like, say, hydrogen through it. And the hydrogen gets really, really hot, and it is exhausted at an even higher velocity. And because of that, you're more efficient, and you can get, you know, more thrust. You can get the ship going faster. So that would, you know, reduce our time.
So I have a question for that. I'm sorry. I have a question about that. So if we are able to fly faster to get there, how about slowing down?
You turn around and
But it would be right, but the same impact in terms of benefits as well for slowing down.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the same thing.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you'd just be up, instead of taking, like, now, say 4 to 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
it would take maybe 1 to 2 months.
Okay.
So that's significantly better.
More efficient, faster. I mean, there's no downside to that. So what is the holdup? What is the holdup right now?
Well, some of it is, you know, just making sure that the nuclear reactor works fine, and we want to put people on it because there's some concern about that. And then the second would be a lot of the regulatory. And then the third part would be we have to launch it, and there's been a lot of people that have not wanted us to launch something that's nuclear, because if there's an accident or something, then it could come back down on Earth. So we need to get over those things to make it happen.
So I know that you have been talking to some people that are working on miniature nuclear. Is that company doing that kind of stuff?
Not specifically, but Blue Origin is actually on contract with NASA to develop a nuclear thermal reactor.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so it's a little bit different than what, you know, like Allo Atomics, with they're doing their small modular reactors. That's more for power generation rather than rocketry.
Right.
But even that would be important if you're going to do a moon base or a Mars base, because then if you could have a nuclear reactor, that really helps, because solar is okay, but on the moon, your day-night cycles every 14 days. So you'd have periods of time with a long period of time without solar. There's some other strategies you could do, but that's one of the issues. If you go to Mars, your watts per square meter of solar energy drops off significantly because of the farther distance. So I think it's only about 40% as efficient as it here is on Earth. So if you could have nuclear power generation, that would help solve quite a bit.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the ones that Allo working on, each reactor is about 10 megawatts, and you can chain them together. Most of the nuclear reactors that we've been looking at, NASA's got now the kilo reactors that they might use on Mars or the moon. They're only kilowatts, so so a megawatt's 1,000, much bigger.
1024.
15 minutes.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for like always, the education session.
Oh, well, it's just off the top of my head, so I don't have all the exact details right now, but that's basically where we're going. And then they also have, like electric propulsion, which would be like a Hall thruster or xenon thruster or argon thruster that they use for Starlinks. The only problem with that is your ISP, which is your efficiency, is way out of the, it's really, really high, but your thrust is really, really low. So you have to be able to thrust it for a very long time.
Well, you know what? I'm really glad that you're talking about these things now, because a lot of people don't know your true background. A lot of people think you're just a guy that flies drones.
I'm just a drone guy.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that space is in your blood. Like,
yes, from day one.
From day one, you went to the Air Force Academy, and that was your goal, to become an astronaut.
Yeah, that's why I went there.
Yeah. And so is it okay if I ask you, like, what happened?
What happened?
Yeah, why are you not an astronaut?
Well, one is it's a very competitive process. Two is, for me in particular, is I was, there was about a 2-year period of time that I was not flying. And by the time I got back, I had to really catch up to my peers. And because of that, I got a little bit. They had an age cutoff of what you could try to apply to, and so I was getting very close to the age limit, and I was still trying to catch up with all of my flight, my ratings and everything. I had to go from co-pilot to aircraft commander, instructor, evaluator, and I wanted to go through the route to becoming a test pilot because I was trying to follow the template of the original astronauts, and in a way that actually is something that was probably not bad advice, but maybe the wrong timing. Is that, and generally I would just say if anybody's interested in doing something, you got to follow your own path. If you try to follow other people's paths, then it may not work out. In my particular case, the things that were sought after in the 60s and the 70s for astronauts, by the time I came along, it was changing. So I was following an old template. So if I had followed a slightly different template, then like maybe I wanted to be a pilot and fly the shuttle. But if I had been a mission special payload specialist and I had just concentrated a little bit more on my degrees and worked on more of those skills, maybe I would have gotten in that way. But
because I remember the last mission of the Apollo was Apollo 18. There was
17.
17 was it?
18 was Kingston.
Oh, okay. So, which one is the one that the geologist went on? The 17?
I think it was.
It was the last mission.
I think it was 17. That was December of 1972.
Yeah. So, and he was a geologist that was able to join the program.
Yeah.
Because of the needs to study the moon soil and the formation of.
Well, it also this proves why when we go to Mars or the moon and we want to stay, we need to bring a lot more skilled people in a variety of different things because in that particular case they realized having a geologist on the moon looking at the rocks and deciding what to pick up would probably be very helpful.
Yes, exactly, and it proved right.
Yeah.
So they brought some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, today did you touch the moon rock today at the Apollo Center?
Yeah.
Yeah, I touched it and then I cleaned my hand because everybody's been touching it all day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, one of the interesting things, if you looked at those moon rocks that most people don't think, is when they look at the moon, they think the moon is white, but it's not. It's actually a dark rock because it's mostly basalt.
Yeah.
And basalt is like a lava. So the reason why the moon looks white is because it's just so much light that is hitting the moon and reflecting off.
Yep. Yeah, totally. It's the dark cheese.
Got it. Yeah, it's actually quite a dark body.
Yeah.
But there's just so much light hitting it; it looks like it's white to us.
Totally. Yeah, it's effectively a light bulb being hit by the sun. Like, I mean,
reflector.
It effectively looks like a light bulb when the sunlight is hitting it.
Right. It's more like sunlight hitting a white a surface and then reflecting it off.
Yeah.
Because if it was a light bulb, it would be emitting it.
Right. Of course. Nobody. I mean, the way it looks, right? And I wish that one day we can go there back and point the cameras at the Earth again, like that Earthrise, the famous Earthrise.
Yeah, except now we're going to be in 4 or 8K, and it's just going to be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. But there are people out there that think it's a pizza world.
Yeah. Or cheese or whatever.
Yeah. They need to go back to school. Just simple as that.
Yeah.
So how far along are we now? Is it like 5 minutes?
We're at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So they have about in about 5 minutes you're going to start seeing the clamp release, and then you'll see the transporter erector start to pull back a little bit, a few degrees, and then around 2 minutes they'll start ending up the fueling, and then we'll see another puff of vapors, and that's because they're clearing out the transporter erector to make sure there's nothing flammable in there. And then after that, a minute will go on internal power. It'll be on startup, and then about 40 seconds, hopefully we'll get the launch director saying go for launch, and there we go.
And there you have it. Predictions for Joe. Let's make it happen.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
The weather is great. It's perfect. There's not even a cloud in the sky, so that's going to be nice.
I was checking the weather squadron says that there's only 10% of violation of just like cloud cloud. What's it called? The cloud violations is like two types of clouds that we look at.
I think it was a cumulonimbus and
Yes.
also for anvil maybe.
Yes,
But
those
there's
two.
nothing.
Exactly. It's so clear. It's a clear sky. I'm actually surprised that there's a lot of stars visible right now, even though the light contamination here is pretty bad. And I'm actually surprised at how many stars we can see from here tonight.
You know, the best place I've ever been to be able to watch the stars and actually see the Milky Way with your own eyes was Wake Island.
Wake Island.
Yeah, it's out in the middle of nowhere in the Pacific. It's basically an atoll. It's been broken into basically 3 different islands. I think one of them's Wilkes. I forget the other 2, Pearl and something else. But anyway, you're in the, for hundreds of miles in any direction, there's no land. And there's no lights at all, and you can see the Milky Way with your eyes. It was beautiful.
So I had the same experience last year, camping in several places where the light contamination was zero.
Right.
Especially up in the Arctic, in the Yukon. I'm sorry, in the Northwest Territories.
Oh,
actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that was complete just land. There's absolutely nothing in any direction for hundreds of miles, but you. And that was beautiful.
And a bear, right?
The bears, we saw no bears, thankfully. We saw a giant moose. It was the size of 2 cars.
Wow.
Yeah, that was big. And we saw a wolf.
Okay.
Yeah. One wolf on the side of the road, a little one. I thought it was a husky, and then we looked at it carefully on the video, and it was an actual wolf.
A very big husky.
Yeah. And the forests in California as well as in Utah. The sky in Utah looks incredible, especially if you go off-road for like 10, 15 miles, where you're just like 30 miles away from civilization. There's no light. And you can see the Milky Way with your own eyes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it was the Native Americans
Just do
that
some
called the
more
Milky Way
vertical,
the backbone of the
Just
night.
do like a
Looks
lap
the
around
spine.
vertical.
I did from Nova Scotia. I did a 7-hour long not a long exposure, but a time lapse.
Okay.
And the settings were perfect, and you could see the rotation of the Earth clearly all the way to sunrise.
Oh, okay.
So you saw the stars.
Right.
Of course, it looks like the stars are moving, but we are the ones that are moving.
Right.
And then
Actually, we all are moving. It's
Well,
just different
everything's
rates.
moving. The ratio, of course.
An ocean of motion.
Yes. But it was incredible. And it's funny because the time lapse was like 7 hours running, and it lasts 30 seconds.
Oh, in the video?
Yeah, in the video it's 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's always cool when you video something and you speed it up. Even if something's barely moving, you can really see it. How actually
I like the effect on the clouds when it's a cloudy day and the wind is moving them.
Thanks.
At real speed, it looks like nothing's moving, but then you see a time lapse, so you speed it up, and it looks like that's really cool.
Okay, we're at 4 minutes and 50 seconds, so we should start seeing the clamps opening up very soon.
Okay, so when we are at 2 minutes, I have to turn on the camera again and reactivate the mode. Otherwise, I'm just gonna take one photo. It's gonna be terrible.
Okay. But I'm gonna get mine ready so I can dial down the brightness a little bit. Hopefully it works.
What are you doing with my phone? Your phone?
Nothing exciting. All of my equipment's back at home. I wanted to come light,
And you are.
You come on an airplane carrying a bunch of stuff is not ideal.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to check anything, just kind of carry on and came? Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Which is nice, so I can carry on 2 bags, which is great. And it was a direct flight. So
Oh, beautiful, yeah.
And all the way back is a direct flight too.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
The weather is just holding up perfectly. So far, well, there's still enough time, right?
Well, they're going that way, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're okay.
Yeah. I wonder if the IS. Do you have the ISS follower?
I do not.
No. I wonder where it is. Sometimes we see it from here, especially when, every time that we watch a launch that is going to the ISS, we see the ISS because it has to follow it.
Yeah.
So the launch is always coincides with the passing of the ISS. That is one of the coolest things that I love to do. I love to track the ISS.
I just don't know if you could do it on.
I have got it from my house. Like,
Really?
you clearly see it. It's just incredible. And if you have a powerful telescope, you can actually see the panels.
Well, I've seen some people with like a telescope see it. You can, like, if they're doing a spacewalk, you can see the people. Somebody's got a drone up.
We're far enough. I was checking, we're 13 miles out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer.
Ooh, let's see. Oh, it looks like the ISS is south of Costa Rica.
Oh, okay.
Closer, no, actually closer to like Chile. Okay, so it's not around here.
Yeah, it looks like 2 orbits and then it would be over here.
Yeah. We must be around 3 minutes, right? Or 2?
2 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah, we're starting to see the venting happening again. So that's good.
That's a good sign.
Starting to vent.
Excellent. Okay, Ryan, this is the moment.
This is the moment.
This is it. The settings are still the same.
Okay, right at 2 minutes right now.
Is
Right at
the
2 minutes, which means that's a delay of what, like 15 seconds?
This one's pretty good, but yeah, there is a delay.
Are you connected to my Starlink?
I think so.
Yeah? Okay.
you want to take this for the launch wrap when it goes?
Yeah, yeah.
So I can video it.
Yeah, I'm gonna, you want me to hold it now?
Or
Right now, all I need to do now is hit the shutter.
Yeah.
And the long exposure will.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
I can hold it until you.
Okay. Yeah, let me make sure that it actually fires up.
Yeah.
I need to know when it's at T minus 1 minute.
I don't know because there's always a delay when you.
Maybe I'll just. Oh man, it would suck if I hit the shutter and nothing happened. No, it's gonna work. I have it at 5 minutes.
It's okay. Well, unless sure, if you want to. And then I'll just sure. I'll give you that, and then I'll unplug it.
90 seconds.
Oh, I got you.
Let's see. Joe, did you turn your exposure all the way down?
About to a quarter.
I think I have a good focus here. My horizon is level. I think I'm gonna go with the first light. There it is.
There it is,
There
guys.
it is. There it is. All right.
Like a minute or so before we hear the sound.
Yep. It's gonna pull to the right, correct?
Oh.
There it is. We're pretty far, so it's gonna be a good minute. Actually, more. Yep. Here comes the sound. Oh, look at that tail. So maximum aerodynamic pressure has been reached now. Let's hope that the long exposure looks good. Hear the rumble.
Yeah, it's changing color. Got almost, full expansion, and we're very close to Nico now. Should be right about now. That's Nico. Now doing a stage step. See the upper stage is diving in. There it is.
There it is.
It's just too bad we're not getting a return to launch site. That would be really nice.
All right, so from the point of view of this camera, it's just a phone, but I can't see our long exposure. But as the light passes in, we should have something there. We have on the live stream now. That's not bad for being an unannounced live stream, right?
Bearings are separated. You might see them flashing, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I think I see the booster.
It's your bionic sight.
No?
It's like the small dot trailing behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I see that too.
This one.
We have been able to see them a little bit from here at times. A night like this one.
Apogee, so now it's starting to come back down. So if we see that dot starting to come down, then we know that it's so it should start coming down soon. It'll be hard to see it first with the eyes, but I'm curious if that's it.
Yeah, I'm pointing straight at it, and it's very hard with this tiny little phone camera. But I think you're right about the booster.
Still see the upper stage going away.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the booster is also going away from us, but it's not anywhere as near as fast as the upper stage.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not it, but maybe we'll get lucky and we'll see the entry burn.
That's gonna happen in a moment, right?
They've got about 30 kilometers to go at this speed, probably 25 seconds.
Long exposure is done because more than 5 minutes have gone by. So we're gonna review that soon. So
There it is. There's the entry burn. Nice, nice.
there is the booster coming down. Can clearly see it. Oh wow, this one's really clear. Whoa, that's a long burn.
There you go. It's 3 inches down to 1. Now it's out.
Out.
Okay. Then after that, we probably won't see it. But you got a chance to see the entry burn.
Well, the delay's about 15 seconds. Did you see
Yeah,
that? I was
yes.
counting
Starlink.
Mississippi's.
Starlink's, I mean, this
The Falcon 9.
the X speed is very delayed.
Yeah.
Just like a cakewalk.
Yeah.
It hasn't landed yet.
I-
Fingers crossed.
I think we hear the sonic boom here also.
I don't think so.
I think I heard.
Quite a ways away.
We'll see.
If it were a RTLS, you definitely would.
I mean, I've heard it here, but I don't remember if it's only on the heavies. So we'll wait about. We have to wait what about a minute after it lands.
For this?
I mean, is it landing on the landing zone or
No,
on
it's
the?
going to a drone ship. You can actually see the drone
Oh,
ship
it's
out
on the
there.
drone ship. Oh no, we're not gonna hear that. That's too far.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. No, but we hear the.
It's the RTLS. You
Yes,
definitely hear
exactly.
that. Okay, we'll see how this does. In reality, it's probably already touched down, so we're waiting to see what the SpaceX feed shows us.
Mm-hmm. Let's point it to that.
There you go. There's the landing burn. Okay, speed's bleeding off.
Oh, it froze.
We'll get it back.
Yep.
Okay, there's a drone ship look. See the landing legs very soon.
There's the legs. Fire in the hole.
Looks like it's good landing.
The flaming end is down, like Tim says.
Yep.
All right.
We got about 2,000 kilometers an hour just to get on the speed for it to be in orbit.
Yeah.
Coming up close.
Mm-hmm.
Very soon.
What a smooth launch, right?
And that should be Seco right about now.
Second engine cut off.
There you go.
There it is.
Ta-da! So you
Yay!
can see how bright that orange flame was when it first
That was
took off.
great. That was awesome. We got a successful Falcon 9 Starlink mission deployed. All right, so
Good
now,
job.
now we're gonna check what happened with my long exposure photo.
Yeah, I know that my
Yeah, we need to do a
experiment
group photo.
did not work very well.
Let's see what it looks like. If it's great, it's gonna be live. If it's bad, it's gonna be live also. Let's see. I'm just gonna hit play here. Oh! Yeah, baby! Whoa!
That's awesome.
Right in the center.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow, I got it. I got my first one.
Can you,
Dude, that's sweet.
When you get a chance, can you send that to me?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. This was team effort, bro.
Cool, bro.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
And you even
Wow.
have the reflection in the water too.
Yeah, that is great. I was concerned because I had like no trees around it to
Oh,
give it some
that's
depth.
perfect.
That was perfect.
Yeah, unfortunately, my liftoff
That's
was just
awesome,
a
man.
blob.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, John Krause, I'm coming for you.
That's right. That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
All
just
right.
did the blob.
Well, we're gonna wrap up the live stream here. Thank you everybody for joining the live stream on such short notice. I'm here with Joe and the rest of the community. Kristen, K10 is here, Nas is here, Bob from Starbase is here, Denison, Chris, Christina, and all the folks that are joining us here. Ryan, the man from Canada. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Ciao.
Look at that. Wow.
That is
Oh
just
my
like
God. Wow.
beautiful.
Dude, I love it.
That should be your splash screen
Finally.
or your thumbnail.
Yeah, absolutely.